Hello, everyone. Again, this is Milton Herring, Vice President of Coaching at Fundamental Growth Incorporated, founder and president of Envision Life, and the author of a new book titled Your Purpose, Your App, coming out very, very soon. And I'll let you know when that is about to release, and you can get a copy of yours when it is. This second part of the online training session of the three parts is the art of belief. And again, we're talking about the three most important keys to having your best year ever. And matter of fact, I totally agree that if you were once you adopt these principles and these keys, you will realize that you will have an amazing life. But the art of belief is our second installment on this online training session, and I put a picture on here of a young boy that's leaping into his father's arms, and this reminds me of a story when I was about 2 years old and 3 years old, and my father would place me on top of the refrigerator in our home. And when my father placed me on top of the refrigerator, as scared as I was, looking for the easiest right down, I tried to turn around so I can slide down, or I'm looking at him like, why are you putting me up here? I can't believe you're doing this to me. But I believe my father was teaching me something, and he did teach me something about the art of belief. He would say, son, just trust me. Jump into my arms. I'll catch you. With a smile on his face and an intent in his eye, he looked deeply into my heart and wanted me to know that I can trust him. Whether it was fun for him or a lesson he was teaching me, it was both. Believing in someone other than yourself is fun, and it's the most rewarding part. One of the most rewarding parts of our life is to have true belief. And I thank my father for that, because I pass it on to my kids also to let them know that they can always count on their father for anything in life. Let's look at a definition of belief. It's acceptance by the mind and heart that something is true or real, often underpinned by an emotional or spiritual sense of certainty. So we're accepting something in our mind and heart that something is true. Like I accepted my father when he told me to trust him and to jump. He was letting me know that he is real and that he is true. And because of that, emotionally and spiritually, I had a sense that I could trust him. It was a certain in my knower that I know my dad, when he said these things with his arms out, saying that I will catch you, that I believed him. You have to be purposeful in your heart and your mind, that it is real, that it's true, that the source wants you to believe in him, and he has so much great in store for you, and you'll know that in your knower. The art of belief is an important element to the life of a human being. To live without belief or neglect belief or faith in someone other than yourself leaves only you to carry all the weight. I mean, you're putting all the burden on your shoulders. You're saying, I can take it. It's all about me. And the last time I checked, the hospitals are filled with people that are taking too much weight on of themselves. And they're filled with people that they're trying to say that I can carry this load in my life. And the source is saying to us, let go and let God. Let the human spirit was not meant to carry all that weight. The human spirit was meant to create, to dance, to love, to give, not to carry a burden, not to carry a load. So when we believe, it's very important. Now for some to it's easy for some to put faith and belief into a coworker because they can see him, or into a spouse. People that we see on a daily basis, we can put faith and belief in these people all day long to get a job done, to come to work on time, to show me some care, some love, to be there when I need you. But for others, it's really a stretch. It's really a stretch. These are not my feet, by the way, but I wanted to use an illustration where these feet were pulling apart this rubber band, because it's with our daily actions that we stretch ourselves. It's the how the life we live. It's the walking out of our life on a daily basis that teaches us how to master and teaches us what belief is. And I believe one of the biggest biggest reasons why people lack belief is the point of risk. It's because it's risky. It is risky to believe. I've been there. I know what it's like to really put all your eggs into one basket, to release control, because that's what it is. It's just a lack of wanting to release control. We want to control everything in our life instead of letting it go. Again, when you let go, you let God. And even in our humanistic or natural thinking, risk is really boils down to profit or loss. When I choose to risk, am I going to profit from this risk, or am I going to lose or have a loss from this risk? And a lot of people are not willing. They think a risk always equals loss. I'm here to tell you, and listen to my voice, that risk, when you risk yourself in believing in the source, believing in someone greater than yourself, it's always a profit. It is always a profit. I love this quote. It says, "One person with a belief is equal to a force of 99 who have only interest." Can you imagine? Can you mentally picture that? The one person that stands there with belief is greater than the 99 that are merely interested. They have only interest. What faith or belief in someone other than yourself does? It takes all the weight off of you and places it onto God. You take all that. That's the beauty of believing. Not only takes the weight off, but it says I'm depending on the source now. Here's a case study of belief. The Bible says that now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So when we have belief, which is similar to the word faith, we're saying, you know what, the things that I'm hoping for, like maybe greater health. I want to be healthier this year than I was the previous year. I want to change my lifestyle, my eating lifestyle, or the way that I look, through hard work, exercise, and eating healthy, or whatever means that you decide to do. You're saying by your belief that I'm going to live healthier, or you want to increase your financial resources and possibilities. You want to make more money. You want to be more prosperous financially. And that's what faith, believing is that's the things that I hope for. Or maybe it's relationships, maybe it's enhancing relationships, or changing your relationships, that some of us might need to do, to experience the best year ever of our lives. Whatever it may be, there's more things outside of this, but these are the main three things that people kind of boil their life down to: health, wealth, and relationships. And we all want to increase that. And that's what, and our creator wants us to experience these things also. He wants us to live, to have a healthier life, to enjoy prosperity when it deals with money, and enjoy prosperity when it deals with relationships. He wants us to prosper. And our faith and our belief is hoping in these substances, and it's evidence. And our belief, again, it's evidence that what I'm believing for, it hasn't come true yet, it hasn't come to life yet, but it is real. It is truly real. Belief is twofold, according to that scripture. It says it is saying that which I want or hope for is already in existence, and also number two, it is evidence that an unseen God exists in my life and will bring to me that I am desiring. So that's what belief is. It is saying that what I want and what I desire is already there, and that it is evident that God exists in my life and He wants to bring those things to me. I want to give you my quick story on the $10,000 check. When I was traveling for a company, and I was in a hotel room one night, and I was watching TV, and I listened to a young man talk about the principle of sowing and reaping, and how when you sow with a grateful heart, that you shall also reap, if not with more. And when I heard this, and he was talking about giving $1,000 away, and I'm thinking in my head, $1,000, and then immediately my mind shifted to saying, you know what, I am going to give $1,000 away, not questioning the fact, but I am going to give $1,000 away. And so when I got home, I talked to my wife. I said, over the phone, I told her, you know what, I really like to give $1,000 away, and she agreed with me, which is a beautiful thing to do. Make sure your spouse is on board with you when you do anything financially, as another tip. But she agreed with me, and together we prayed about it, we thought about it, and over the next 6 weeks or so, I was able to save up enough money, or have enough money, that I could write a check of $1,000 to a church ministry, a local church ministry. And when I wrote this check, I attached a letter and told him the story, and vowed and prayed that one day I'll be able to send $1 million. I mean, $1 million. $1,000 was a huge stretch, but I'm gonna jump to $1 million, and I'll get there. I haven't given $1 million away yet, but I'm gonna get there. I'll get to 10,000, 100,000 away, 500,000 away, and I'll get to a million. We're giving away $1 million to either a church ministry or a charity. And once I fulfilled that desire to give $1,000 away, about 3 months later, my wife and I got the mail, and we opened up the mail and saw that there was a check in there, a check for $10,000. Now I knew that there was some harvest, some reciprocating that was going to happen based on what I gave, but I had no idea it was going to be that huge of amount. And we were very thankful. We automatically knew that because of this unexpected check of $10,000, it was tied to that $1,000 that we gave 3 months before. So I want to encourage you, once you believe, and I believed God, I believed the source that because of the desire was there, I had the power to get that $1,000, and because I accessed that potential and power, it came to me back in a check of $10,000 plus the gratification of just giving it away. And when you have belief, it is literally like standing your ground or occupying territory. That when situations on the outside come against you that seem contrary to what you believe, you will stand and continue to occupy that territory. It's really like it's a faith circle, it's a belief circle that surrounds you, kind of like a force field. And anything that tries to penetrate that force field, you have the strength and the courage to stand faithful, to stand and stand in the face of any adversity, any situations, any circumstances that are contrary to what you're believing for. You can stand there and occupy. It's a military term. It's a military action that we are protecting this area because of what we believe, who we believe in, what we were believing for. I hope you understand.